is up, everybody? Welcome to the Michael Warbucks Show, where we talk pop culture news and other things that caught my attention. Today is the weekend recap, so let's see what happened over the weekend. Here we go. Let's just buzz through the first 5 stories real quick. 1, Netflix went down over the weekend, but service was finally restored. So some of you Netflix people couldn't get your movies, but all should be well now. 2, Ivanka Trump gave birth to her baby girl, Arabella Rose. So, congrats to you. You are now a new $1 million baby. 3, last week we talked about David Beckam and Victoria Beckam giving birth to Harper 7 Beckam. And the photo has been released where? On his Facebook. I know some magazines are probably pissed off right now about that. Number 4, Vanessa Minnillo and Lachey got married finally after 5 years of dating. And if you don't know, Lachey was originally married to Jessica Simpson. So, congrats to you both. And 5, Lamar Odom. He was involved in a car accident over the weekend in New York. He was the passenger, but his driver ended up hitting a motorcyclist and a 15-year-old kid. They were both in serious condition, and Lamar was very, very upset about this. He was actually crying at the scene, and also the fact that he was in New York for a family's funeral probably didn't help his emotions at all. But I hope the motorcyclist and the 15-year-old kid do recover, and my thoughts are with you. Last week we talked about Mila Kunis getting invited to the Marine Corps ball. So not only did Sergeant Scott Moore start off this YouTube dating, I guess you want to call it, but now 2 more people have invited celebrities to this Marine Corps ball. Let's talk about Kelsey DeSantis. She went on YouTube, made a video asking Justin Timberlake to come to the Marine Corps ball. So I guess it's going to be like a double date with him and Mila Kunis. And not only did Kelsey invite somebody, but let's talk about Sergeant Ray Lewis, who invited Betty White. So my question to you folks is this going to be like the new kind of dating via YouTube? Is YouTube going to be the next eHarmony? And if you could have asked someone via YouTube out on a date, who would it be? Let me know. Over the weekend, another huge thing that happened was Carmageddon. That really didn't have any much effect on people whatsoever. Now, if you didn't hear about Carmageddon, the 10-mile stretch of the 405 in California was shut down to help blow up half a bridge for the 405 expansion. They actually ended up getting done 17 hours ahead of time. And since they got done early, the contractors got a bonus of over $300,000. And of course, people tried to take advantage of it. 8 bicyclists were fined for using the empty freeway. But if they got fined, how comes this dude planking the 405 didn't get fined? Either way, it's over and done with. 405's open. Enjoy if you use the 405. Our next story has to deal with the U.S. Women's Soccer World Cup. Japan beat the USA. Now, I didn't watch it, but I saw a lot of people on my timeline tweeting about it. And of course, there were other public tweets on how people reacted to the World Cup. But Japan won the World Cup for the first time. So congrats to them. And I think the most hilarious story that I found was this US fan doing the truffle shuffle. Anyways, again, congrats Japan. In some celebrity couple news, Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony have split. Reason being is that Jennifer said, you know what, I'm tired of his bad attitude. I don't want his bad attitude around the kids. I want them to grow up in a nice and happy environment, and his bad attitude just isn't going to be good for them. Now, supposedly she has been plotting this for several months. She just wanted to make sure all of her assets were protected first. And regular assets, not her asset. Get that straight, people. And also, Marc Anthony had a show in Colombia over the weekend, and he got up on stage and jokingly said, I heard that I'm single. That's just how I hear his voice. It's probably a lot higher and less masculine, like, I heard I'm single. Every time I look at him, I just think of Fez. But anywho, they split up, but most importantly about the story is going to be their 3-year-old twins. I hope they both come to a great agreement where they're able to see the kids, because there's nothing worse than a child going through a divorce. How many of you saw Harry Potter over the weekend? In just the US and Canada alone, it did over $168 million. That's phenomenal. But what's even more phenomenal is the fact that it did over $476 million worldwide. Wow. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'll probably wait for the entire box set to come out before I sit down and watch these. Because if I'm going to watch this movie, I'm going to start from the first movie. I don't want to be that person that's like, oh, that was a okay movie. It was probably more awesome if I knew what was going on. But if you did see Harry Potter this weekend, what did you think about it? What was your favorite part? And now, what do you think these actors and actresses are going to be doing now that the Harry Potter franchise is done? Hopefully not porn. And for our final story that happened over the weekend, Casey Anthony was released from jail. That's a fail. That's a Casey Anthony getting out of jail early fail. Roll the next clip, Steven. So she was released from jail with a little over $500 in her jail bank account, with no job, a criminal record. Gotta love it. Now, as she was released from jail, there were people outside picketing, booing at her, calling her a child killer. And does she deserve this? In my opinion, yes. But again, I have to state, she was found innocent. Now, one of the other topics that were brought up is she going to be making a lot of money from this case? Chances are, yes. Reason being, she will have book sales. She will end up writing a book. People will buy this. People will want to know what she has to think. People will want to know what exactly happened. Quote, exactly what happened. And there has also been a company that offered her $1 million for a TV interview. It's sad that these kind of things happen. A high-profile trial, she gets released from jail, and then is just going to make a shit ton of money off of this. Makes you really wonder about the justice system. But obviously, the interview and the book sales will obviously pay back her lawyer. But it's just very sickening to me that this woman's going to make money off of her child's death. People are sick. Alright folks, that's going to be today's show. If you want to check out everything that I talked about today, tons of links, trust me. Check out the links in the description below. While you're there, you can add me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. You can check out my website. Make sure you subscribe to my second channel for my random vlogs. And for more pop culture news, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Please rate, comment, favorite, and share this video. And my name is Michael Warbucks, and these are the stories that caught my attention. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let's talk about Casey Anthony. Now, supposedly she's supposed to be getting out of jail, I guess, Sunday? And the reason I'm bringing this story up is because people are donating money to Casey Anthony.